Hi, it's Mrs. Grandy, and in today's lesson, we're going to be talking about centimeters and meters. In our last lesson, we learned that a centimeter is the small number on the side of the ruler. Again, the big numbers are inches, the small numbers are centimeters. So whenever we're measuring centimeters, we measure with the small numbers side of the ruler. Now, today we're going to talk about centimeters and meters. 1 meter is 100 centimeters. 100 centimeters is 3.5 rulers. So it's about the size of a yardstick. We learned what a yardstick was a few lessons back. And a meter and a yardstick, a meter stick and a yardstick are very close in size. So let's take a look right now as to what things can be measured in meters, or what things we measure in meters. As you can see, this is going to be very similar to whenever we talked about yards, okay? So shoulder to finger is about a meter. From the doorknob to the floor, it's about a meter. So a meter is about a yardstick. It's a little bit longer than a yardstick, okay? Now let's compare centimeters and meters. Whenever we look at this, you can see a centimeter is the width of our fingertip on our pinky finger. Okay, that's a centimeter. Whenever we're talking meter, we can do fingertip to fingertip. So 100 of these is going to fit into a meter, okay? And this picture shows all of the units of measurement that we've done so far. So we have centimeters, meters, yards, inches, and feet. Okay? Now, we're going to do an activity that is going to help us to decide whether or not we need to use meters or centimeters to measure something. And again, whenever we're thinking about meters and centimeters, let's think about feet and yards, or feet and inches. I'm sorry, feet and inches. So there's 12 inches in a foot. There's 3 feet in a yard. Okay, all those, it gets bigger. The biggest form of measurement that we would do there would be a yard. So that would measure something big. Whenever we're talking about centimeters, again, we're talking about the top of our pinky finger. Okay, whenever we want to meter, fingertip to fingertip if we hold our arms out. Okay. All right, so let's think about that while we're doing this activity. Okay, as you can see, we have a picture of a couch. Would we measure the length of our couch using our fingertip, or would we use something like a yardstick or a meter stick? Right, we would use meters. We would be there for a very long time if we were measuring it with centimeters. This is a table. Again, are we going to keep lining up our pinky fingers along the table to decide how many centimeters it is? Or are we going to use something that's a meter stick? Right, we would definitely use meters for a table. This is a phone. Centimeters, something really long or really short, or meters, something very long. So small or long. Right, we would use centimeters. How about a notebook? Would we use something very long to measure a notebook, or something small to measure a notebook? Right, we would use centimeters. This is the height of a chair. Now, a height of a chair Would we want to use a meter stick, or would we want to use a teeny tiny finger? Right, we would definitely use meters for this one. Okay, now let's practice using a meter stick. What I'm going to show you are pictures of trees. Okay. And this is what we're going to use as a meter stick. Okay. It's a small version of a meter stick, but we're going to be using it as meters. Okay. Every number is 1 meter, the whole way up to 25. Okay. So if something is 1 meter long, we know that it's 100 centimeters long. If it's 2 meters long, we know that it's 200 centimeters. Okay, so let's take a look at this and let's measure this tree. We're going to measure it in meters. Now, if we were outside measuring this tree, we would have a meter stick, or we would have a measuring tape, okay? And the measuring tape are those things that you pull out, press the button, it holds it down, and it goes back in. So let's take a look here. If this was our meter stick, from the bottom of the tree to the top of the tree, what do you think we have here? It's about how many meters? Let's see. It's about 8. So that would be 8 meters. Let's take a look at this tree. From the bottom of the tree to the top, what do we have? 7 meters. This is a palm tree. Palm trees are pretty tall. So this palm tree is 15 meters. This tree here, let's take a look again. From the bottom to the top, what do we have? 12 meters. A pine tree would be 10 meters. And this small little guy here would be 5 meters. Okay, so in this lesson, we have learned about meters and centimeters together. We know that 100 centimeters equals 1 meter. We know that 1 centimeter is about the width of our pinky finger. We know that a meter is about the distance between our nose to our fingertip, or from fingertip to fingertip, depending on how tall you are. Mrs. Grandy's short. So from here to here is smaller than a meter, but almost. Okay, but remember, I'm short, so the taller you are, the longer the distance is going to be. Okay, you stretch your hands out from fingertip to fingertip, you may get a whole meter. Okay, all right, I'll see you all in the next lesson. I look forward to spending some more time with you.